Hello, welcome to Blondie Reels, the storyteller. Today, I will clarify the 2020 horror and comedy film called Freaky. Spoilers ahead, watch out and fare thee well. The film starts with four friends who are discussing the famous chronic executioner, the Blithesfield Butcher, who has obviously been carrying out wrongdoings since the 70s and has gotten uncaught. Isaac and Sandra go inside to get wine while Jenny and Evan make out. Inside Jenny's home is a supernatural knife called La Dola. Soon, Isaac is left alone and is found by the butcher, who sticks a wine bottle down his throat and crushes it. So the glass punctures through his throat. He then gets Sandra and slams her head with a latrine seat. The butcher then sees the other two and pierces Evan's head with a wrecked tennis racket prior to spearing Jenny on a pole in the family room. Her folks return home to find her body, and we see the knife missing. Then the scene shifts to the teen Millie Kessler awakening for school. She lives with her mom Coral, a more established sister, Charlene, who is a cop. It has been a year since Millie and Charlene's dad passed on. Furthermore, the connection among them has been stressed. Millie goes to secondary school, where she hangs with her dearest companions, Josh and Nyla. The two are amped up for the forthcoming homecoming dance, yet Millie says she will invest energy with her mother. Despite the fact that she has confidence issues, her companions guarantee her that she is a piece. Millie is offended by well-known young Lady Ryer and her woodshop educator Mr. Bernardi, who orders her to assignment. He doled out to her sooner than she was told, yet she isn't prepared for it. So Bernardi simply embarrasses her before the class and her crush booker. The entire class is then made aware of the fresh insight about the killings of the four young people prior. Sometime thereafter, Millie is going about as the mascot for the school Woos football crew, the Beavers, and she has somebody toss a soft drink at her after the game. She sits tight for her mother to come to get her. Be that as it may, when she calls, Poor is dropped, inebriated on the couch. Charlene calls Millie and offers to get her. As Millie pauses, the lights around her go out. She is found by the butcher and is pursued onto the football field, where he takes out La Dola and raises it high. The ground underneath them momentarily takes some sort of old structure before the butcher wounds Millie in the shoulder with it. Charlene shows up and shoots in the air, driving the butcher off. She brings her sister back home, despite the fact that Millie doesn't seem such as herself. Next morning, the butcher awakens in Millie's body, moving around menacingly and oddly. Furthermore, with the main thing that comes to everybody's care. In the interim, Millie herself awakens in the body of the butcher somewhere near the old factory. She goes ballistic and attempts to go search for help. Sadly, everybody knows what the butcher resembles because of a new sketch being displayed on the information. So anyone Millie runs over will frenzy and shout at the sight of her. Butcher goes to class as Millie, in the wake of giving her a seriously charming makeover that everybody considers. Whenever Ryer comes up to him, he disappears with her to the storage space in an abnormal endeavor to get her alone to kill her. Millie then appears at the school, where she scrubs down. Butcher and Ryer become mindful of her presence, and Butcher takes more time to stow away. He places her in a cooler and secures her in, making her stick to a ridiculous degree. Millie then observes Josh and Nyla, who take off. She corners them in the kitchen, and after they quit tossing things at her, she demonstrates that she is Millie by doing the Beavers' cheerleading group dance schedule. Josh and NLA pose our inquiries just Millie would be aware, and they understand that it is their companion. After Millie makes reference to the knife, Josh and Niall go to their Spanish educator, who can peruse the message on the DAG and lets them know that the switch becomes extremely durable following 24 hours. So they have around 9 hours to get Millie back in her body. The butcher tracks down Mr. Bernardi after he was being a jerk. Once more, he puts on a defensive coat and glasses prior to turning on the buzzsaw. Bernardi attempts to battle Butcher until he sticks a screwdriver in his neck and afterward pushes his body through the saw to part him in half. Police show up at the school after they got word that the butcher was spotted, which has likewise prompted the crossing out of the homecoming dance. Butcher emerges from the woodshop, similarly as Millie, Josh, and Nyla spot him. In any case, the butcher alarms the police of their presence and has them pursue Millie and her companions. They jump in Josh's vehicle and drive away. But Charlene is on the job and seeks after. They can get themselves time and run into the shopping center, where they figure out how to move away from discovery. Josh and Nyla get Millie elastic cover to camouflage her. Butcher is with several boys at the arcade who complains about the dance being canceled. As Millie, he recommends going to the old plant. One of the athletes, Brett, puts his hand on the Butcher's butt, and Millie said, to which he lets him know, your touch makes this pussy drier than sandpaper, you fucking monkey. I can hardly wait to kill you. The Butcher then gives Booker an enticing look and attempts to bring down him in the backspace to get him killed. But Millie and her companions intercede and also knock them both oblivious. The companions take Booker and the Butcher to Josh's house. After some disarray, Millie persuades Booker by discussing an affection sonnet that she left in his storage half a month sooner. They keep Butcher restricted with Josh, watching out for him. While Millie goes with Nyla and Booker to the police headquarters to recover the knife from the proof storage. At the station, Nyla tells a dubious Charlene that the Butcher grabbed her and Josh and has followed her here. This gets Charlene to really take a look at the boundary outside while Nyla begins searching for the knife. Back at Josh's home, his mother gets back home to find Millie restricted. Furthermore, when she attempts to eliminate the tight spot, Butcher releases himself and attempts to pursue Josh and his mother. Prior to rushing to the station, Millie and Booker goes into the station, similarly as Charlene has returned inside to spec Nyla. All while the Butcher takes Charlene's car. Millie can overwhelm Charlene and secure her in a cell while they hurry to the old factory where the dance is occurring. Since they understand the Butcher will attempt to kill whatever number of individuals, as would be prudent there. At the old factory, the dance is active and Brett attempts to carry the Butcher with him to a private spot. He takes him to his buddies, yet the Butcher crushes a bottle on one person's head and slices one more person's throat prior to getting a trimming tool and attacking Brett's private part. When the companions show up, they see that they have approximately 13 minutes left before the switch becomes long-lasting. Booker sets an alert on Millie's watch as they go search for the Butcher. Another boy approaches Josh before the Butcher jams will guide into the person's eye. Millie comes and takes on the Butcher, yet the police appear and give the Butcher an opening to escape. With assistance from her companions, they figure out how to curb the Butcher as Millie gets ready to wound him. Her alert blares, demonstrating that it's past the point of no return and the revile is extremely durable. Notwithstanding, Josh notices that the ringer hasn't as yet run. What's more, Millie recollects when Booker offered her guidance to set her clock 5 minutes late to forestall being late to classes. Millie acknowledges it is really 11:55 p.m. and wounds the Butcher. They switch bodies similarly, as the police find the Butcher and shoots him down. As he's being removed in a rescue vehicle, paramedics attempt to keep him stable. However, his pulse seems to totally go down before level coding. We see he has taken out at the tip of his finger beat oximeter to counterfeit his passing. Millie returns home to Coral and Charlene. When it gets peaceful, Millie abruptly hears a clamor. The Butcher is as yet alive and assaulted the 3 ladies. Charlene attempts to shoot him, however, he eliminated the projectiles from her weapon after he weakens Coral, and Charlene. Butcher taunts Millie for her feeble body until she calls attention to a shortcoming in his own body by kicking him where it really hurts. This permits the ladies to overwhelm him before Millie gets a rectable leg and impales him with it, at long last killing him. As they stand over his body, Millie proclaims, "I'm a fucking piece," and here our movie ends. Hope you liked the video. For more videos like this, please subscribe to our channel. It will help us in growing. Thanks for watching.